Passes to Blair. He kicks to Matthews. Here's Caldwell Pope, defended by George. Tries to snap the cold streak. Rebound by Mahinmi.
It seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Open shot is on the money. And the Pacers lead by 18.
That's really set them apart today, guys. That success from the mid-range.
Well, these are two teams that clearly you've seen the difference in offensive philosophies here.
Right side Davis. Pacers with the rebound. Mahinmi's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Avanti. From outside, off the mark. Here's Davis, looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Blair. Feeds it to Hickson. Lets it go from 11, and he knocks down the jumper.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Got it off in time. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And the difference to this point has been defense. This club has really gotten after it, and that's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, there's nothing that's gone up that hasn't been contested so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Glenn Davis. Derek Felix is out there with Blair. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Matthews in at the point guard. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, gee, in the last matchup against the Trailblazers, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 24 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified, Clark.
Well, I know this opponent should be terrified because there's a good chance the momentum he gathered that night carries right over into this game.
Well, some of it will carry over. That's inevitable. It's just a matter of how much.
Well, with that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pile.
Off the screen, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. Number 1, the Pacers.
And the beauty of watching this club is seeing the ball move the way it does. This is a very unselfish basketball team.
The Pacers making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. And it's Singleton, top of the key. Pass to Davis. Dishes to Singleton. Pass to Caldwell-Pope, and there's the feed to Monroe. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that easy whistle.
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Trailblazers.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
And it's G finishing it off. Amazing hops exploding to the bucket.
Kevin, you don't expect to see that coming from the point guard position.
No way.
Boy, can he elevate at that size. That's impressive.
Davis against Nene. Davis kicks to Blair. That's good.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Nene with the screen on Matthews. On the wing, Stevenson. And G now atop the key. And it's blocked. Here's Mahimi. He's good with the little jumper in close. Mahimi's got his second basket of the night.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside. That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
Pistons trailed by 21. Here's Davis, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
After digging themselves that hole in the first quarter, this club is starting to shoot the ball much better now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it takes a little while to work out the knots. I mean, they're starting to put it together.
Here's G. He's covered by Matthews. Here's G. 20 points for him. And it's Stevenson missing.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Matthews. Poked away. It's stolen by G. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
The Pacers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. There's 18 seconds left in the first half of the game. Caldwell Pope dishes to Matthews. Kicks to Hickson. And there's the pass to Blair. Matthews up top. Shoots the three. And he gets the bucket. Caldwell Pope's got 13.
For three.
And
Well, Roy, you've got...
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back to
the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at G in this game, he's been everywhere.
He went off in the first two quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
Stevenson and George on the wings. Paul Millsap out there with Roy Hibbert, and it's G in at the one spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Drummond trying to get himself free. Monroe, no good.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor. Got a lot of momentum going with his own game. It's been great today and just as hot as he was last time out.
Matthews passes to Monroe. Back to Matthews. He dishes it to Felix. He feeds it to Singleton. Just 5 on the clock. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his first foul.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Here's Avanti. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Matthews into the lane. That's good.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
90 seconds now into the second half. Here's G. He's covered by Matthews. G kicks to Hibbert. Goes up on the high post. Rebound by the Pistons.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half. Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in steals, first in field goal percentage, and they're also #1 in three-point shooting. This is a team that loves to cast up shots from behind the arc.
Yeah, Clark, this is a team that scares opponents because of that steals number that you talked about. They're so good at anticipating plays. They seem to have a good scheme defensively night in and night out. They know their roles. They make their rotations. They read the passing lanes, and they frequently get out there, make steals, and then get out in their transition game.
6 on the shot clock. G kicks to Hibbert. Lays it up and banks it in. Hibbert's got 6.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
For Detroit, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Matthews into the lane. Here's Drummond, and there's the bucket. Stayed with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. He's got 6.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Millsap a screen. They double him with Drummond. Stevenson dishes to G. And he jams it with authority. Clark, can you believe it? A point guard who can soar like that?
Man, I tell you what, that's a major elevation there. That's a power finish for a player at any position.
Well, he is not afraid to take it inside. We know that.
And it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Felix. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. It's stolen by G. And a fast break now for the Pacers. And Indiana, another 3.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Matthews with it. And the foul called on G. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Drummond passes to Felix. The dish now to Singleton. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
6 seconds.
What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. You look at G, 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
Kevin, you know, the season is 82 games long, and anything can happen. But I tell you what, if he keeps scoring like this, the rest of the season is going to look very good for his ball club.
Now Matthews. He kicks it to Singleton. Feeds it to Drummond. Passes it to Singleton. Dishes to Felix. Clock at 6. Pass to Singleton. From deep. That's good. Singleton's got 5 points so far.
For 3.
Indiana's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's G. He's covered by Matthews. G kicks to Hibbert. That's good. 8 points for him.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Here's Stevenson. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's G. He's covered by Matthews. That one goes. Count. And that's now 37 points for G.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Okay, let's.
Detroit making a switch here. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team